Alright, so yesterday we got some new information about Seven Deadly Sins Origin, and wanted to make a video on it. So Origin has been an interesting situation where we heard about it for a long time, then not much information comes out. Like, we get drip fed a little bit of information here and there, but that's about it, right? So a picture of Meliodas and what it seems like him and like his armor. Very low quality picture. Some of these pictures that they actually, some of these official images, by the way, the actual like the source is official. There's not like a leak or anything, but they're terrible quality. And apparently, you know, it should look very good if it's in high quality, but it looks okay even in low quality. And obviously, the game I believe was already announced to be made in Unreal 5. Pretty good. Should be looking pretty good. Also, I'm taking these bits from this Twitter page here. Also, a picture of a new HUD. I'm gonna open up the images side to side here. So, this is an old image that we had. This is how the HUD looked like. You see the characters on the right, the Grand Cross icons, right? And then now this is how the new HUD looks like. You see how terrible the image quality is. And center it better. You can still see a Grand Cross icon in the bottom left here. There's a Gaffer, the SR Gaffer, and then this blue Gilfunder. But, you know, in general, lots of the HUD has changed. These are the attacks, and we're going to be talking about the attacks and stuff once we get to the interview portion of this video, where they discuss some of the game mechanics as well. So it's here. This is the interview part. I'm going to be opening up here a new tab and then reading it off. So, interview with the developer, and Nemarbo has high hopes for Seven Deadly Sins Origin. I have high hopes too, because all the devs from Grand Cross flocked to Origin, and we've been left with a husk of a game for a few years now. So I hope it is good. So I spoke with the team, whatever. Would you like to introduce the game for people who are not familiar? Yeah, Origin is a continuation of Grand Cross, as we know. Although the game is based on the world of Seven Deadly Sins, Origin will tell a different story in another universe. Yes, so I'm gonna pretty much paraphrase what it said here so we don't read verbatim. Pretty much they just talk about how it's the story but in a different universe, it's told in a different way, so that they can actually, you know, experience different, like, so we can actually have like a different experience. So like if you already watched the anime, you know, if you replay the story as it is like in the anime verbatim, that's cool, but like I actually do like this. The fact that they are changing it up and being like, okay, this is like a concept of a parallel universe, right? I think is much cooler. Seeing like we could see some interesting fights that never happened, like Ban versus Ascanor for some reason. Like some of these weird like concepts that fans had for ages could happen. Also, you know, includes all aspects of the manga sequel for That's the Apocalypse, which is great. You know, could be getting some very interesting stuff with this concept of a parallel universe, and I'm a big fan of it. I do wonder how other people feel about it, but I'm a big fan of it. And yeah, they just talk about that pretty much. Next image is about the OC. So just like, for example, Genshin, which is the game they're copying, has like an OC to like be around you at all times. I'm assuming this is what she will be. She will be like a character who's going to be following you around and stuff like that. Fairy Tiore is a character that is completely original to Seven Deadly Sins Origin. Yep. And apparently, yeah, Nakaba himself, which is the mangaka, designed her. Probably not designed like the character and her personality or whatever. Probably just the character itself, like how it looks like. And it's the 7th child of King Ndien. The 7th child of King Ndien. They are mating. Holy. Her famous power is to control the summoned creatures of Seven Deadly Sins. Probably kind of like how Diane, she can summon like rock creatures or form rock creatures. Maybe, I don't know. Probably just summon. You've like the parallel universe sort of thing. Seven Deadly Sins Origin tells the original story, supervised by Nakaba. That's interesting. In addition, there's a Japanese screenwriter on the team who has written many works for related IPs, including several movie versions of the Seven Deadly Sins. How many movies does the Seven Deadly Sins have? As an open-world game, it will provide fans with multiple paths of exploration and present an enthusiastic-oriented experience. I mean, it's cool, you know? Oh, I forgot to... I guess I didn't see in the picture. Yeah, I skipped through this, by the way. The game is on Android, iOS, PC, and console. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming the global version is going to come out like day one. It's not going to be just a Japanese version. That would be stupid. Games these days that come out with a Japanese version and then take months and months and months to get a global version going, it's so dumb. Like, it just loses so much momentum. Talking about Black Clover, of course. And I'm gonna assume Global comes out, so it's gonna be a cool experiencing the story like together for the first time. It's gonna be very interesting. Throughout the entire process, everything was supervised by Nakaba, yep, who also shaped and designed the characters in the original story. In addition to Tiori, many other charming original characters designed by Nakaba will also compete to appear. Fans won't despair. You know, I have been critical of the original character usage in Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross because Ragnarok has released seemingly more characters this year than Seven Deadly Sins. There have been more characters outside of the series this year than characters from the series released. That is a fact. Counting collabs and OCs, there is a higher number of non-Seven Deadly Sins characters that have come out in Grand Cross this year, which is concerning. No one cares about them for the most part. Collabs, a little bit. The most recent collabs were garbage, but you know, it just gets very tiresome, and people are very tired of it. So I like this part. So, how does the team incorporate existing characters from Seven Deadly Sins manga and anime to the game while retaining their iconic looks and skills? Creating characters suitable for games based on manga is a difficult task, but the members of the creative team are loyal fans who have deep understanding of the IP. They have worked on the previous Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. I've been telling you guys, the whole team left. There's 3 people working on Grand Cross right now. They're overworked. They're being beat up every day. Make new character. Make new skill. All the devs were transferred to work on Seven Deadly Sins Origin. All the people that worked on Grand Cross are not working there anymore. It's probably just interns. And my theory of the 3 devs remains correct. Precious lessons have been accumulated. This is very helpful. It probably is very helpful that the whole, not the whole, but probably a humongous chunk of the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross team is now working on Origin and has been for the past few years. Because my guess is that this game started development in late 2020. That will be my guess, because that's when Grand Cross started declining quality, and that's when Genshin came out. That's why. There's one more page. So this is about the combat. This is very, very zoomed in. Can you please introduce the working mode of real-time combat and character switching mechanisms in Seven Deadly Sins Origin? This is the screenshot we saw earlier. The combat mechanisms is such that when the character changes weapons, his skills will also change accordingly, like the skills at the bottom right here. The team consists of 4 characters, and their fighting style and responsibilities will depend on how the fans combine heroes and weapons. So it's like any game ever, but I was gonna say Genshin. In battle, fans can speed hand-changing points to perform hand-changing skills, or use physical strength to perform powerful ultimate / combination skills. Combination skills? Thought it was impossible to be done. haven't heard of a combination skill in Grand Cross for years now. The core of combat is how to use strategies and effectively utilize these skills in the battle. So, doesn't say much really. I just expect the gameplay to be exactly like Genshin. That's what I'm expecting. So, let me know what you guys think. The reason why I made this video is just because that one piece of text that they put on, that they said that the team working on Origin is the team that worked on Grand Cross, because I knew it, and my theory stands correct.